national championship up for grabs. Lexi Rodriguez will bump set Merritt Beeson on the right side. Taylor Trammell in the middle for Penn State, and she is blocked.
Rebecca Alec, good start. Number 5 in white, quick one-on-one stop in the middle for Nebraska.
So interesting, we got to call Nebraska's regional, and in their regional semifinal, they had to wait to play the second match, and it kind of threw them off a little bit, so I'm interested to see, they had to wait again tonight.
They did, and it was a long first match. It went over 2.5 hours. Similar thing happened in the regional, to your point. They came out a bit slow, lethargic against Dayton. Harper Murray told us this team is all about their routine a little bit disjointed here tonight. It'll be interesting to see if they learned from the experience a week ago.
Caroline Juravicius, the redshirt freshman, with the kill in the first point for Penn State. There's the libero, Julian Grimes. Andy Jackson in the middle, a first-team All-American.
Penn State going after Harper Murray in serve receives, and she just passes the dime, feeding Bergen Riley, able to run that high percentage kill to Andy Jackson.
When you talk about balance, you can talk about this Nebraska offense. They have 6 players averaging over 2 kills per set. So Bergen Riley, their setter, I mean, she can go to anybody. Jess Merzick, and that's just long. Point Nebraska.
Jess Merzick trying to hit that D corner, missed by an inch. I like the choice, just missed on the execution.
Merzick started her career, played 3 seasons at Michigan before transferring over to Penn State. As they start on the move, has to bump set Merzick. Harper Murray. Merzick long.
You gotta imagine high energy, adrenaline, you're amped up. You gotta settle in a little bit. I do like that she's swinging high and deep, but she's gotta get a little bit more on top of the ball, and Penn State's gotta get in system out of service, Holly.
Agreed, that first contact needs to be up in front of that 3-meter line for Izzy Stark.
It's 3 straight points here for Nebraska to start the match. Mendelson in the middle. Juravicius down the line.
Last time these two teams met, Caroline Juravicius went off, number 14 in blue for Penn State. She had a big match, so look for Nebraska to key on her defensively.
And Nebraska knows her well. Her freshman year, she was at Nebraska last season, redshirted. Her and Maggie Mendelson, number 44 in Navy, in the middle. They both played at Nebraska. Andy Jackson has owned the slide this year.
Andy Jackson's dynamic, but what makes it hard to stop her is she picks off the ball in different places with a quick arm, and she saw a seam and got on top of it quick.
You have to be so disciplined, up early and pressed fully over to seal the net, or else she's going to be able to use you.
And the serve just wide for Harper Murray. It's so neat to see 2 historic programs battling here in the semifinal. Penn State, I mean, they set the standard for women's indoor volleyball. This is a program that won 7 titles, their last one coming in 2014.
That's who I grew up watching, was that dynasty run under Russ Rose. It was unbelievable to watch. Every young girl who grew up wanted to play for Penn State during that time.
To the fanfare using the block. Katie Schumacher-Colley was a part of that. She was a player at Penn State, was a part of the 1999 National Championship team, and a 2-time All-American, now their head coach.
She also spent 4 years working with Russ Rose on the coaching staff, learned a lot from him. They still talk often.
Schumacher-Colley diagnosed with breast cancer a couple of months ago. Her team has rallied around her and gotten them to the semifinals.
She said she's so grateful to still have such a fond relationship with Russ Rose. He calls every day. Yes, they talk about volleyball, they talk about life, of course. Sometimes he says, why the hell did you do that last night?
There's a lot of that coming from Russ Rose. We all know that. He's old school.
He is. Wayne Minker on the serve, one of the captains for Penn State. Showboy takes the pass. Rebecca Alec looking for the slide, will not get a touch.
Perfect pass by Lainey Showboy in the backcourt. Rebecca Alec just missing that corner ball. No touch on that.
Goes right back to Rebecca Allen.
I love when setters repeat, especially after an attacker makes a mistake or gets blocked. It just builds their confidence back up and says, I'm not going away from you. I still believe in you. Let's get you this kill.
So Bergen Riley, the back-to-back Big Ten Setter of the Year on the serve. Start calling on Cameron Hanna. Taylor Landfair too far off the net, and Taylor Trammell's gonna eat it up.
Taylor Trammell's having the best season for Penn State, but she's always been good defensively. Her offensive numbers have really improved. Izzy Stark and her have a wonderful connection in the middle.
It was so funny to listen to Izzy Stark and Taylor Trammell talk about how they had started that connection. Izzy Stark came in January as a true freshman, as a setter, and Taylor Trammell immediately was blunt with the feedback.
She said, I don't have time. I'm on the back end of my career here. If we're going to make a run to a national semifinal, you got to get with it quickly. And so she did give her a lot of feedback, and she told her how she wanted the sets. And Izzy Stark said sometimes it was a lot to handle. It was a bit overwhelming as a freshman, but she said, we built a great sense of trust together, and it's led to a connection that's been necessary to their success this season.
Olivia Mauck pulling out the ace. John Cook is notorious for making fun of Olivia Mauck serve, calling it wimpy earlier in the season, but this is the strongest serving rotation for Nebraska.
She has to pass it again. Jurevicius swinging on the left side. There's a net violation on Nebraska. That's a point, Penn State. State had to play an epic match Sunday night against Creighton. It was a late one. It was a whiteout. They went 5 sets. A thriller to make it here to Louisville.
And they said in that match they felt a lot of relief, right? There's pressure, certainly for Louisville to make it to this point, but there's pressure as a 1 seed because the expectation is you're the 1 seed for a reason and you're expected to make it this far. But Creighton pushed them to the brink, but an excellent performance in that 5th set by Penn State.
Goes off the block, up by Lexi Rodriguez. Andy Jackson, a mistiming there. And a net violation on Penn State. It's going to be a point for the Cornhuskers. And you see the road that Penn State took to get here. That Creighton match, it started at 8:30 local time on Sunday night. John Cook was asked, did you, after your match, did you go and watch Penn State Creighton live? He said, I watched Yellowstone first, and then I went, which, if you know him, not surprising.
Makes sense.
Surprising. A cowboy and a volleyball coach. Izzy Stark setting that, falling to the floor. Jurevicius, not into Andy Jackson.
Andy Jackson ready for this ball defensively. This is a throw down to the middle, but Andy Jackson hangs and throws it back down. He called that a SWAT block.
It's the second move. The hang time to be able to redirect like that is pretty remarkable. Nebraska with an...
By Merritt Beason on that pin, shutting down the line of Caroline Jurevicius.
Nebraska has 5 blocks in this set. That's wide.
We talk a lot about Nebraska's backcourt defense, but right now, the first line of defense is at the net. The block's getting it done.
7 blocks on the match for Nebraska. This is a Nebraska team that in the tournament holding their opponents to 0.66 hitting.
Wow.
Penn State's hitting 0 in this set. And it's not getting better. That Nebraska block is getting better though.
Rhythm off offensively for Penn State. It looked like Cameron Hanna was early and had to decelerate to that ball, which is hard to hit past the block when you're doing that.
And Katie Schumacher-Colley is going to use her final timeout in this set.
Going back to Cameron Hanna, and you see she's on the way down. Taylor Landfair at 6'5", and Rebecca Alec with the big block stuff.
I think Nebraska's pinioners do a really nice job of recognizing when they're middle.
Using the block.
She's just doing a nice job showing her range. She's hit cross court, she can turn the ball down the line, she'll mix in with a tip, a roll shot. Just a good job keeping this defense on their toes right now. She's able to go high off the block there and drop it right in.
A smart player on and off the court. She has an undergraduate degree, she has her MBA already, and she's got a grad certificate in business analytics. Now for Andy Jackson. And a 9th dig for Lexi Rodriguez. First passing Justine Wong-Orantes for the Nebraska career dig mark.
Wow, incredible. She grew up watching Justine Wong-Orantes and now one ahead of her in the record books.
Murray into double figures, 10 kills. Grimes will step in. Jurevicius to the floor.
I love the mindset of Caroline Jurevicius, 14 in navy blue. She is not afraid to go take a big rip. She just got blocked, but responds, goes inside the block of Andy Jackson for the kill.
As Nebraska tries to work themselves and cut this deficit, while Andy Jackson's in the front row, if I'm Bergen Riley, I'm feeding her time and time again in any opportunity where I've got the pass to do it.
Bergen Riley and Andy Jackson spent the summer in the USA gym, 21 days together, and that connection every single day is paying off this season for Nebraska.
Making it look effortless.
Nice up.
Rodriguez saving this point. Showboy continuing on. Harper Murray diving. But Penn State will tool the block.
The pursuit and the ability just to keep the ball off the floor. Look at Lexi Rodriguez run this ball down right by the officials' stanchion, and then Lady Showboy also keeps this one alive here. Harper Murray able to track it down, keep the ball up, but Jess Merzick puts it down.
You cannot be late with your hands as a blocker against Andy Jackson. She cuts the ball off too fast with her quick arm.
15 kills on 17 swings. 0 errors. She's hitting .882.
Good news for Penn State. She's off the court for Nebraska.
She has tied her career high with 15 kills.
Get a breather.
Magic with the dig. Cameron Hanna, done by Showboy.
court awareness, great vision.
Izzy Stark in transition, loves to fire it out to her pin, gets her hands on it, shakes everyone off, and then a little finesse shot by Hannah.
Penn State upping its hitting percentage to .394 here in a must-win set 3. That's in. An ace for the Nittany Lions. And Quinn Minger.
Watch this deep serve right in the seam.
It's well in.
Well in.
Yeah.
I thought so on the first view.
A little too much on it.
What's been better for Penn State here in set number 3?
I think they've started passing the ball better, so Izzy Stark can run her offense to its fullest. You've also seen them utilize the block, use the block by tooling. 0 hitting errors. They had 11 in
Big
set
difference.
2.
Big
Yes.
difference. Hitting .394 against Nebraska in the set.
Nebraska hasn't had a block in this set. They had 7 in set 2. And it sails on Taylor Landfair. That puts Penn State at 20 points. With the corn shirt last week, you can't miss it in the stands.
Corn shirts are trending, especially in the sea of red.
You know what? I'm going to just say it. Oh, I'm not okay that we haven't seen a Runza hat make its way to Louisville.
Does the Runza travel?
Could they not fit that in their carry-ons?
Swing is long, and Nebraska has its first lead here in set 4.
3-point run with Harper Murray on the back line.
Her serve is on fire right now.
And it's cross-body down the line with pace, and the bottom's dropping out. Jess Merzik's an excellent passer down that line, and she's struggling to pass this ball.
You don't necessarily need to step up into the court, but you got to be ready for this ball to drop, so you got to move forward and get up underneath it. She's yo-yoing them.
In flies Murray. 6-0 run.
This one rattles through the seam, but Lexi Rodriguez slides under it, lifts it, and then Harper Murray out of the back row in transition deep to the corner.
When you say she's yo-yoing them with her serve, what does that mean?
Well, prior to that, she's dropping the ball right over the net, so she's trying to yo-yo them short, and then the next serve, she'll hit them high, deep in their shoulders, right? So she's moving them forward and then back, yo-yoing them so they don't know what to expect.
A 6-0 run put Nebraska on top. A win in this set, and they are moving on to the national championship match. Landfair gets the swing. I think that run woke the crowd up.
It certainly did, and it energized Nebraska.
Now Nebraska has all the momentum. You can feel it. You can feel it in the building. This crowd, as Madison told us, travels extremely well. If you're Penn State, stay composed. You got to have poise here. Get a great pass to Izzy Stark. Allow her to side out on this first ball.
Penn State does have a timeout left, down 3. aggressive, but just pushed it wide.
Jillian Grunt's perfect pass. Izzy Stark wanted to turn and dump that with two hands, but there was no block in front of her to go up and joust with.
And so Penn State will call its final timeout.
That, but Izzy Stark was seemingly the least fired up, but it's because she's so calm. And you guys, the composure that she has shown as just a freshman throughout the entirety of that match is of the utmost elite level.
Yeah, Madison, Taylor Trammell told us that she's like a sixth year when she steps on the court. You never know that she's a true freshman.
For Nebraska, you had 2 opportunities to close this thing out and get it to Sunday. You couldn't do it. How do you approach this 5th set?
You have to focus on the details. Merritt Beason has had success down the line. She went away from it, finding a kill right there, going back to that line kill.
You also have to wipe the slate clean. It doesn't matter how we got to set 5. You're in set 5 now, that's all that matters.
We played a 15. You have to win by 2 still. They'll switch sides when somebody reaches 8 points. Jurevicius tracking it down. 19, a new career high.
Incredible. Caroline Jurevicius, game face, so competitive, and continues to take big swings for Penn State.
Morgan Riley backside to Merritt Beason. Tipping to the middle of the floor on that. Sharp, sharp, sharp.
You can't tip at this point in the match. Penn State makes Nebraska pay for that one.
Look at it, we told you all about her 4-4. Thumb down, wrist away, inside of Harper Murray's left shoulder. Unreal.
Beason terminated. A semifinal record attendance here tonight. And they've gotten to see 2 spectacular matches. Louisville won in 4. Somebody's going to win in 5 here. Wrong.
Nebraska, Bergen Riley setter front row. Look for Merritt Beason possibly out of the back row.
Baldudo serves at Harper Murray, and nobody there to help her.
You have to follow that ball. That's not a ball that should drop.
Three best passers in the backcourt right now for Nebraska.
Showboy with the pass. Andy Jackson. Hitting into the net. It did not touch Penn State, so that is 4 contacts on Nebraska.
Too much turn. Andy Jackson trying to drive that super sharp, and John Cook wants an early timeout.
Remember, you're only going to 15, so it goes very quick. You've got to stop the bleeding as soon as possible. Taylor Landfair. Merzick. Start feeding Hannah. And it is match point Penn State. Nebraska had 2 match points in set 4 and couldn't finish. Can Penn State? Wrong. Second match point, Penn State. Kennedy Orr with the ace. Third match point, Penn State.
Kennedy Orr going down that line to Jess Merzick.
For the first time in 10 years, Penn State will play for a title. A program that has 7 national championships will look to add to that on Sunday.
You cannot overstate. Pulling off a reverse sweep is one of the most difficult things to do in sports, not volleyball, in sports. The mental resilience, the physical resilience, emotionally, what you have to overcome to win 3 straight sets after you're down 2-0 is unbelievable.
And for the first time in history, we're going to have 2 female coaches competing for a national championship.
Penn State, the 6th team in the history of this tournament to get a reverse sweep in the semifinals or later. They survived 2 match points in set number 4, forced a 5th, and hit the gas.
Kind of the theme today. We saw it happen against Pitt earlier in the day. And then Penn State able to fight off those set points, gain that momentum, and fight back in the 5th. It's been incredible.
Caroline Jaravicious was phenomenal. We told you she needed to be an X factor. She was. Jess Merzick, unreal. Willed this team to a national championship match.
Jess Merzick in the last 2 sets had 15 kills and hit 519. She is with Madison.
A reverse sweep to take you to the national championship final. What did you have to tap into to get this done?
I think we had a talk with Haley Washington before the match about how the last time they were in this position was 2017 and they got reverse swept by Nebraska. And she said, don't leave anything on the court. And I think we tapped into the fact that we have no regrets on this team. We're playing for something bigger than us, and we went out there and gave it everything we had.
That was your 4th 20-plus kill match in a row. What drives this dominance from you?
I mean, I just want to win. I want this team to win. I want to succeed. And these girls light a fire under my butt day in and day out. And it's nice having girls say, I got your back, let it rip. And I think that's what lets me be fearless.
Penn State hasn't been to a national championship final since 2014. What is it about this team collectively that got that done?
I think this group is just so mature. We have a lot of new pieces and young pieces, but they carry themselves like they're seniors. And at the beginning of the year, we decided that one of our core values was bigger than us. And then Katie's diagnosis came out, and it just made a lot of sense for us. So at this point, we're just playing for something that's bigger than us.
Yeah.
On to the national championship you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Penn State will meet Louisville in the national championship on Sunday, a team that they have beaten this season.
What a night. Can we do it again?
I need a rest. 1 day off, please. Maybe 2.
We'll take 2 off. And then on Sunday, what promises to be an epic final. A record crowd saw 2 impressive semifinal matches. But the last 2 teams standing are Louisville and Penn State. They will meet on Sunday at 3 Eastern on ABC for the biggest crown of them all.